You will learn how to identify monomials, the numerical coefficient of a monomial, and the degree of a monomial. We will discuss polynomials, the number of terms of a polynomial, and the degree of a polynomial. Also, you will learn how to add and subtract polynomials. As you go through the tape, be sure to take careful notes. Memorize everything that I have starred. We'll start with the definition of a monomial. A monomial is a number, a power having a positive integer as an exponent, or a product of numbers and powers having positive integers as exponents. Let's look at some examples. The following are all monomials. Just the number 2 is a monomial because a monomial is a number, a power having a positive exponent, positive integer as an exponent, or a product of numbers and powers having positive integers as exponents. So 2 is a number, therefore 2 is a monomial. A cubed is a monomial because a cubed is a power having a positive integer as an exponent. 4a cubed is a monomial because we have a product of numbers and powers having positive integers as exponents. So 4 is a number and it's the product of numbers and powers having positive integers. 8, x to the 4th, y to the 9th is a monomial. A negative 2/3 x y cubed z to the 5th is a monomial. It's a product of numbers and powers having positive integers as exponents. Of course, the exponent on the x is understood to be 1. 1 is a positive integer. A negative 1.7y is a monomial. Again, the exponent is understood to be 1. So, we have the product of a number and a power having a positive exponent. Some things that are not monomials include 4x to the negative 3. The exponent is not a positive integer. 7/x is not a product, it's a quotient. Anything involving square roots would not be considered a monomial, even though it would be considered one term. So those are some things that are not monomials. The number part of a monomial is called the numerical coefficient. So the number part of a monomial is called the numerical coefficient. The degree of a monomial is the sum of the exponents on the variables. The degree of a monomial is the sum of the exponents on the variables. To help you understand the two definitions, let's look at some examples. Let's look at the monomial 8x cubed y to the fourth, and let's look at the numerical coefficient and the degree. The number part of a monomial is called the numerical coefficient. So 8 is a number part, so therefore 8 is the numerical coefficient. The degree of a monomial is the sum of the exponents on the variables. The exponents on the variables are 3 and 4. The sum would be 7. So the degree of the monomial is 7. For negative 2/3 xy squared, the numerical coefficient is a negative 2/3, because the numerical coefficient is the number part of your monomial. Now be careful with the degree. X has an exponent. It doesn't have a written exponent, but it does have one. The understood exponent is 1. So the sum of the exponents would be 3, and the degree is the sum of the exponents. For negative 8x, the numerical coefficient is negative 8. The exponent is understood to be 1, so the degree would just be 1. It's the only exponent I have, so it's just the exponent itself. Now, when we have two exponents, we add them, but in this case it's just one variable, therefore one exponent, so the degree is 1. We also need to be careful with 2. I can write 2 as 2x to the 0. So the numerical coefficient is obviously 2. The degree is 0. So if you just have a number with no variable part, the degree would be 0. Y can be written as 1 y to the first. So the numerical coefficient is 1. The degree is 1. In 12, x to the fourth, y to the 8, the numerical coefficient is 12. The degree is also 12. To find the degree, I add the exponents. 4 plus 8 is 12. Now we're ready to define a polynomial. A polynomial is a monomial or the sum or difference of two or more monomials. So the polynomial is a monomial, or it's a string of monomials connected with plus and minus signs. The monomials are called terms. So the monomials in the string are called terms. A polynomial with 2 terms is called a binomial, and a polynomial with 3 terms is called a trinomial. Bi meaning 2, tri meaning 3. Look at some examples. 2x plus 3 is a binomial. 2x is a monomial. 3 is a monomial. The monomials are connected with the plus sign, which makes it the sum of monomials. I have 2 monomials in my string, so therefore I have 2 terms. If I have 2 terms, the polynomial is called a binomial.